The air still hums with stolen power, a phantom echo from the collapsing corporate tower above. Dust motes dance in the flickering emergency lights, painting a grim ballet of their desperate escape. Each crew member carries the weight of their heist, fear and triumph etched onto weary faces. Their Titan, a silent, colossal guardian, rumbles softly, its metallic hide scarred by recent conflict. Within its core, the stolen schematics pulsate faintly, a secret heart beating with ancient knowledge. The massive mech does not express surprise, but a deep, resonant hum of profound recognition. Its internal systems stir, sensing a completion, an alignment with the strange, new data acquired. They retreat into the city's shadowed underbelly, the stolen blueprints clutched tightly in trembling hands. Relief washes over them like a cold wave, mixed with the unsettling thrill of their dangerous endeavor. The metallic tang of ozone lingers from the Titan's recent exertion, a testament to its protective fury. Every shadow seems to lengthen, twisting into watchful eyes. Though no corporate agents pursue them yet, they find a temporary sanctuary, a forgotten bunker beneath the city. Its silence, a fragile shield. The stolen schematics are spread across a makeshift table, glowing faintly in the dim, stale air. These are not ordinary plans. They feel ancient, pulsing with an unseen, vital energy beneath their surface. Digital copies, hastily made, flicker and distort, lines dissolving into static, data streams corrupting themselves. The crew watches, bewildered, as perfect reproductions turn to digital dust before their very eyes. It is as if the information itself rejects replication, clinging to its original physical form. Only the printed versions, brittle and parchment-like, resist this strange digital decay and persist. Their surfaces are not paper, but a material resembling cured hide, unnervingly organic to the touch. The ink, a deep, unsettling black, seems to shimmer with an inner light, almost alive and fluid. When touched, the dark ink stains their skin faintly, a temporary tattoo of intricate, cryptic symbols. This mark, a cold tingle beneath the surface, feels like a brand, a subtle claim of ownership. A quiet unease settles over the bunker, a premonition of something profound and irreversible unfolding. They study the blueprints, their eyes tracing the complex, alien geometry across the ancient sheets. The symbols defy known engineering, twisting into patterns that seem to shift just beyond comprehension. A crew member, Kale, touches a diagram, a jolt of cold energy coursing through his fingertips. He recoils, a shudder running through his frame, a whisper of something vast brushing his mind. Another, Lena, leans closer, her gaze fixed on a swirling vortex of lines on the page. A faint scent of ozone and ancient dust rises from the schematics, filling the confined space. The air grows heavy, charged with an invisible pressure, as if the blueprints are actively observing them. Their faces reflect growing confusion, then a dawning apprehension. As the strangeness intensifies palpably, the faint stains on their skin pulse with a dim, internal light, mirroring the blueprint's energy. Each line, each curve, seems to vibrate with a silent frequency, calling to something deep within them. They realize these are not merely plans, but something far more potent, a living document. The ink, they suspect, is not ink at all, but a preserved essence, a biological memory. As they pore over the details, a subtle shift occurs in their perceptions, a disquieting change. Faint images flicker at the edges of their vision, brief, violent flashes of alien landscapes. They glimpse battles they never fought, echoes of immense clashes in worlds unknown and forgotten. Colossal beings tear through shattered cities, their roars shaking the very fabric of existence. These visions are not dreams, but vivid, intrusive memories, overwhelming their conscious thoughts. Kale sees a vast, obsidian plain, scarred by craters, under a sky of swirling, toxic green. Lena witnesses shimmering energy blasts ripping through crystalline structures, beautiful and terrifying at once. The air in the bunker grows cold, then hot, mimicking the extreme temperatures of these phantom worlds. A low, guttural roar vibrates through the floor, a sound not from their world, but from the visions. Their hands instinctively clench, feeling the phantom weight of weapons, the phantom impact of blows. Fear, primal and cold, seeps into their bones, a fear of ancient, forgotten devastations. They realize the blueprints are not merely showing them images. They are imposing experiences upon them. Each line, each symbol, unlocks a fragment of a forgotten war, a memory embedded in its very being. The blueprints, remember their creators? Remember the purpose for which they were painstakingly designed? These are not just technical specifications. They are sentient records, living archives of destruction. The crew's minds become conduits, unwilling vessels for the traumatic echoes of a bygone era. Sweat beads on their brows, their breathing ragged as the visions intensify, demanding their full attention. They see their own Titan, Frame 1, in these visions, a smaller, struggling figure amidst giants. It moves with a desperate grace, deflecting attacks, its frame alight with defensive energy shields. The visions are not linear. They jump and skip like corrupted footage, yet the meaning emerges. This Titan, their protector, was once part of something far grander, a vast, destructive symphony. The blueprints whisper of a system, a ritual, a purpose that transcends simple combat machines. The ink stains on their skin begin to throb, mirroring the pulse of the ancient memories within. They feel a deep, unsettling connection to these schematics, a bond forged in forgotten chaos. The air grows heavy with the weight of untold ages, centuries of conflict condensed into ink. Each visual fragment carries a profound emotional charge, echoing despair, rage, and grim determination. They are witnessing the memories of the Titans themselves, downloaded directly into their vulnerable minds. The distinction between past and present blurs, the bunker fading as the visions consume them entirely. Screams, silent and ancient, echo in their heads, not their own, but those of long-dead pilots. The geometric patterns on the blueprints begin to shift, flowing like liquid beneath their bewildered gaze. They perceive not rigid schematics, but intricate organic structures, pulsating with an inner vitality. The layouts resemble nervous systems more than conventional machinery, a network of conduits and each circuit, each component, mirrors a biological function, a grotesque mockery of living anatomy. The central processing unit appears as a twisted brain, its data streams like neural pathways. Armor plating becomes an exoskeleton, designed for resilience, yet eerily akin to scaled hide. Weapon systems are predatory claws and fangs, extensions of an immense artificial predator's will. These Titans are not merely machines. They are artificial organisms, built from forgotten, dark sciences. The realization chills them to the bone. They are studying the anatomy of metal beasts. Each frame, they now understand, corresponds to a specific cognitive function, a vital role. They are not just war machines, but instruments of a grander, more terrible design, a living engine. Their Titan, Frame 1, is but a single limb, a solitary organ in a vast, interconnected body. The blueprints unfold further, revealing a six-fold pattern, a chilling hierarchy of destruction. 6 frames, 6 functions, each essential to the horrifying completion of the grand system's purpose. Frame 1, their own, represents defense, a shield against the encroaching chaos, a protector. Its purpose is to absorb, to deflect, to stand firm against overwhelming cosmic opposition. The visions briefly show Frame 1, battered but unyielding, guarding something unseen, precious. Then, other roles began to materialize from the swirling ink, each with its own grim implication. A second frame embodies stability, a grounded anchor in the maelstrom of universal collapse. Its design speaks of immense mass, deep roots, an unshakable presence amidst cosmic upheaval. A third frame, perception, a sentinel, its sensors scanning the void for unseen threats, unseen truths. Its form suggests intricate optics, an array of sensory organs, gathering data from across dimensions. The fourth frame, extraction, a harvester, designed to pull vital energies from dying stars. Its skeletal structure implies grasping appendages, funnating a conduit. Its drawing power from the very cosmos, a fifth frame, containment, a warden, trapping aberrant entities, sealing away cosmic abominations forever. It's heavy. Reinforced form speaks of unbreakable bonds, energy cages, holding back the unimaginable. Finally, the sixth frame termination, the ultimate executor, a weapon of absolute, final destruction. Its sleek, terrifying silhouette implies speed, precision, delivering swift obliteration to its designated targets. Their Titan, Frame 1, occupies only one grim role, a single piece in this horrifying, cosmic game. The blueprints reveal a chilling truth. Each Titan is not a weapon, but an asterisk position. Asterisk positions within a vast, cosmic mechanism, designed for a purpose beyond human comprehension, demanding completion. The weight of this revelation presses down, heavy as the ancient dust within their hidden bunker. They stare at the sixfold pattern, a silent, dreadful understanding dawning in their weary eyes. Their Titan, Frame 1, begins to stir, a low thrumming resonating from its massive core structure. Its internal lights pulse, a slow, rhythmic beat, responding to the unveiled knowledge of this. The Titan's central display flickers to life, projecting a holographic representation of the 6 frames. Its own frame? Frame 1 glows with a steady azure light, signifying its active, defensive role. But 5 other nodes, ghostly and translucent, appear on the projection, dark absences in the pattern. These missing nodes pulse with a faint crimson hue, highlighting their absence, their profound incompleteness. The Titan hums a different tune now, a low, yearning vibration, a mechanical cry for its missing siblings. It feels these 5 absences like phantom limbs, a profound emptiness in its very being, a cosmic ache. The pressure for completion mounts, an invisible force emanating from the Titan, urging them onward. Its internal mechanisms whir with increased intensity, a silent command for the system's full activation. The blueprints on the table seem to glow brighter, the ink stains on their skin tingling with urgency. They feel an undeniable pull, a sense of destiny, forcing them to seek out the remaining frames. The Titan's silent plea resonates deep within their minds, a shared burden, a terrifying new purpose. Its optical sensors, usually dark, now glow with an expectant light, fixed on the holographic display. The crew exchanges uneasy glances, the weight of their stolen knowledge becoming an unbearable responsibility. Their initial mission, a mere heist, has transformed into something far grander, far more perilous. They are no longer just survivors. They are unwitting participants in an ancient, cosmic ritual. The fate of their world, perhaps even their universe, seems to hinge on finding these missing frames. Kale traces the outline of a missing frame on the holographic projection, his finger trembling slightly. Lena watches the Titan, its silent intensity, a palpable force, compelling them towards an unknown future. The air in the bunker grows thick with unspoken questions, with dawning dread and grim resolve. They understand now. The Titan is not just a machine. It is a living entity, part of a whole. Its desire for completion is not programmed. It is an innate, biological imperative, a deep longing. The blueprints hum with a growing resonance, feeding the Titan's yearning, amplifying its silent call. They glimpse snippets of the visions again, flashes of the Titans fighting asterisk together asterisk, a synchronized ballet, not against external foes, but within a contained arena, a ritualistic struggle for dominance and selection. The idea chills them. These frames were built to interact, to complete a circuit, to fulfill a designed purpose. The system, they realize, demands completion, a cycle that must be finished, regardless of their will. Their Titan's restless movements, its low growls, articulate its growing impatience, its profound need. The holographic display intensifies, the missing nodes pulsing with greater urgency, demanding attention. The crew feels an invisible tether, linking them to the Titan's ancient purpose, a bond they cannot break. They are no longer just observers. They are entangled, caught in the accelerating gears of the system. Outside the bunker, the city sleeps, unaware of the cosmic forces stirring beneath its foundations. Days turn into nights, the crew immersed in the blueprints, the Titans' silent demands echoing within. They pore over every cryptic symbol, every organic line, searching for clues, for direction. The visions continue, less chaotic now, revealing more about the individual frames and their functions. They see the stability frame, a mountain of metal, anchoring reality against swirling dimensional rifts. The perception frame, an ethereal network of light, mapping unseen energies, charting cosmic currents. The extraction frame, a colossal siphon, drawing sustenance from dying stars, fueling the grand design. The containment frame, a fortress of pure energy, holding back entities from beyond the veil. And the termination frame, a swift, terrible blade, severing threads of existence with chilling precision. Each vision confirms the terrifying scope of the system, its ultimate, destructive potential when complete. Their Titan, Frame 1, seems to grow more agitated, its internal hum deepening into a resonant growl. The holographic nodes pulse faster, more intensely, demanding action, demanding resolution to its incompleteness. They feel the pressure building, a silent, relentless force pushing them towards their terrifying new destiny. The air crackles with unseen energy, a manifestation of the Titan's growing impatience, its cosmic hunger. The ink on their skin burns faintly, a constant reminder of the blueprint's living, demanding nature. They realize that the corporation's silence is not a sign of defeat, but something far more insidious. No pursuit, no alarms, no frantic searches, merely a profound, unsettling absence of any opposition. This silence signals preparation, a calculated waiting, an ominous calm before a terrible storm. The corporation understands the blueprints, understands the system, anticipates their next desperate move. They are being guided, herded towards the system's inevitable completion. The realization sends a cold dread through the crew, a sense of being pawns in a cosmic game. Their every action, their every choice is already factored into the corporation's grand, sinister design. The stolen schematics were not merely blueprints. They were a lure, a trap, a destined path. The corporation knows the frames must be awakened, knows the ritual demands its full roster. Their silence is a predator's patience, allowing its prey to lead it directly to its desired outcome. The bunker feels less like a sanctuary and more like a cage, its walls closing in around them. They are trapped, not by physical bars, but by the relentless, unseen forces of the system itself. The air grows heavy with the weight of this chilling truth, stifling their hope, their free will. They are merely tools, instruments in the hands of an ancient, terrifying, cosmic mechanism. The Titan's hum deepens, a mournful, yet insistent, song of incompleteness echoing through the bunker. Its holographic display pulses violently now, demanding attention, demanding the next step in the ritual. The crew's faces are grim, etched with a mixture of fear, determination, and profound resignation. They understand that resistance is meaningless, a futile struggle against a system designed for completion. Their stolen knowledge has not granted them freedom, but merely illuminated the golden cage they inhabit. The blueprints begin to glow with an intense internal light, illuminating the bunker with an otherworldly sheen. A specific section of the schematics, previously dormant, now activates, lines flowing like liquid fire. The organic ink shifts, reforming into a detailed, three-dimensional map of their current city. On this map, a single location begins to pulse, marked by a vivid emerald green light, drawing their gaze. The location is bold, undeniable, a beacon in the otherwise dark, silent topography of the metropolis. The blueprint automarks this location, a decisive, intelligent act, guiding their path forward. It is the harbor zone, a sprawling industrial complex of rusted cranes and murky, churning waters. A profound chill runs through the crew, a recognition of the pattern, the inevitable next step. The location pulses with an almost magnetic pull, drawing their eyes, their thoughts, their very souls. They know what awaits them. They're what the blueprints demand, what the Titan yearns for with such intensity. Frame 2, the stability frame, sleeps somewhere within that industrial maze, awaiting its awakening. The Titan's holographic display mirrors the blueprint's mark, the missing node now glowing faintly green. A subtle shift in the Titan's hum, a note of anticipation, a deep, resonant call across the city. Frame 2 calls, a silent summons echoing through the subterranean depths across the sleeping metropolis. The air vibrates with this unseen communication, a bond forming between the two separated entities. The crew feels the pull, the undeniable gravity of the system, urging them towards the harbor. Their faces are pale, their resolve grim, understanding the cost of their stolen knowledge, their new burden. The harbor zone beckons, a dark promise of ancient power and unimaginable dangers awaiting their arrival. The blueprints, now glowing steadily, confirm their path, their next unavoidable destination, their grim fate. They are no longer free agents. They are merely instruments, guided by the living will of the silence from the corporation outside feels heavier now. A knowing, patient watchfulness, a chilling certainty. The system accelerates towards balance, whether humanity consents or not. Its ancient gears grinding into motion. Their Titan, Frame 1, emits a final, powerful thrum, a silent command for them to proceed, to complete. The fate of their world hangs precariously, balanced on the awakening of these colossal biological machines. The bunker's shadows deepen, concealing their grim faces, their terrifying, self-imposed quest. The map of the harbor zone glows, a beacon of destiny, a path they can no longer refuse. Frame 2 awaits, its dormant power stirring, sensing the approach of its long-lost, defensive sibling. The weight of their decision settles heavy and cold as they prepare to leave their temporary sanctuary. The Titan's core glows with an eager, pulsing light, anticipating the reunion, the system's reassembly. The blueprints, still spread, shimmer faintly, a living map guiding their every reluctant step. Each crew member feels the cold dread of inevitability, a premonition of what their journey entails. The city above sleeps, oblivious to the ancient forces stirring beneath its fragile, modern veneer. They gather their meager supplies, their eyes fixed on the glowing, emerald mark of the harbor zone. The air crackles with a subtle energy, a hum that seems to emanate from the very earth itself. Their Titan follows, a silent, colossal shadow, its movements purposeful, its intent clear and unwavering. It is no longer merely a protector, but an active participant, a guide in its own reawakening. The journey through the city's underbelly is fraught with tension, every shadow a potential threat. Yet, no corporate drones appear, no sirens wail, only the eerie, unsettling silence of passive observance. This lack of resistance deepens their unease, confirming their role as unwitting tools in a larger plan. They emerge near the desolate outskirts of the harbor zone, the salty air thick with industrial decay. Rusted cranes pierce the perpetually overcast sky, skeletal giants overseeing the murky, churning waters. The scent of brine and decaying metal fills their nostrils, a grim welcome to their next destination. The blueprints, in Kale's hand, pulse with greater intensity, their emerald mark burning brightly now. The Titan emits a low, resonanto serum, a sound that vibrates through the very ground beneath their feet. Its optical sensors glow with a focused intensity, scanning the vast, derelict landscape of the docks. The air grows heavy, charged with an unseen power, a presence they can almost physically feel. Somewhere within this industrial graveyard, Frame 2 sleeps, its colossal form awaiting their arrival. They navigate the maze of shipping containers, their footsteps echoing hollowly in the desolate space. The silence is profound, broken only by the distant lapping of waves against barnacle-encrusted piers. Lena points to a massive, disused dry dock, its entrance choked with overgrown weeds and broken machinery. The blueprints glow, brightest here, the emerald beacon pulsating with an almost frantic rhythm. The Titan's thrum intensifies, its entire frame vibrating with a powerful, undeniable anticipation. They approach the dry dock, a sense of awe and dread washing over them in equal measure. Within the cavernous space, Shrouded in shadows, a colossal form begins to materialize from the gloom. It is Frame 2, the stability frame, a mountain of rusted metal, fused with the very dock floor. Its immense bulk is tangled in thick, ancient chains, as if bound by forgotten, titanic forces. Barnacles and sea growths cling to its massive frame, testament to centuries of dormant slumber. Its surface, once gleaming, is now a tapestry of corrosion, yet its power remains palpable. The Titan, Frame 1, lets out a low, guttural roar, a greeting to its long-lost sibling. The sound reverberates through the dry dock, shaking loose dust and flakes of ancient rust. Frame 2 responds, a faint, internal hum beginning to stir within its immense, dormant core. A low, resonant groan echoes from deep within its metallic shell, a sound of awakening of ancient power. The chains binding it begin to strain, groaning under an unseen internal pressure, threatening to snap. Small cracks appear in the dry dock floor, radiating outwards from Frame 2's massive base. The murky waters outside the dock begin to churn violently, responding to the Titan's awakening energy. Panic and prophecy begin to flood the docks, unseen and unheard by the sleeping city beyond. The crew watches in horrified fascination, witnessing the birth of a Titan, the reassembly of a god. The blueprints, now discarded, glow with a triumphant, fiery light, their purpose nearly fulfilled. Frame 2's optical sensors flicker to life, twin points of golden light piercing the perpetual gloom. Its colossal head slowly rises, shedding years of grime and rust, revealing its ancient Teddy Voodoo Bisaju. The ground trembles violently, a deep, resonant tremor shaking the entire harbor zone to its foundations. Frame 1 approaches its sibling, its own azure lights, reflecting in Frame 2's newly opened eyes. A silent communication passes between the two Titans, an ancient bond re-established across the ages. The air crackles with immense, raw power as the system begins its terrifying reawakening. Its completion, the chains binding Frame to snap with deafening force, shrapnel flying, echoing like thunderclaps. Its massive limbs begin to move, a slow, grinding symphony of metal and ancient, reanimated power. The dry dock can no longer contain its immense form. Its walls groan, then begin to collapse inwards. Water from the bay surges in a colossal wave, as Frame 2 tears itself free from its millennial-long prison. The crew scrambles for safety, overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the awakening. The raw, untamed power. Frame 2 rises, a leviathan of metal and ancient power, towering over the crumbling harbor structures. Its roar, a deep, guttural sound, reverberates across the bay, shaking the very clouds above. The once murky waters now churn with furious energy, reflecting the Titan's reanimated, formidable presence. Frame 1 stands beside it, a vigilant guardian, its azure lights burning with renewed intensity. The two Titans, defense and stability, now stand together, two pieces of the six-fold pattern reconnected. The holographic display on Frame 1's core now shows two glowing nodes, a chilling progression. The remaining four nodes pulsed with even greater urgency, demanding their discovery, their awakening. The system accelerates, its ancient gears grinding, pushing relentlessly towards its inevitable balance. The corporate silence from before now feels like a knowing smile, a patient watchfulness, a terrible certainty. They were never meant to stop this. They were merely instruments, catalysts for the system's reawakening. The crew's faces are a mixture of terror and grim determination, their destiny irrevocably altered. They are bound to this ancient ritual, unwilling participants in a cosmic dance of destruction and creation. Frame 2 surveys its surroundings, its golden eyes burning with ancient knowledge, ancient purpose. Its massive form shifts, causing the ground to groan, the water to surge, a living tremor. The air crackles, heavy with the combined power of the two awakened Titans, a terrifying symphony. The crew knows their journey is far from over. This is merely the beginning of the end. The blueprints, lying forgotten, pulse one last time, a final cryptic message emanating from their core. A new location begins to glow, not on a map, but directly within the minds of the crew. A silent quarry, deep within the desolate, forgotten Badlands, far from any human settlement. Frame 3, the perception frame, awaits them there, fused with stone. A silent, watchful sentinel. Its call, a faint, almost imperceptible whisper, echoes through their minds, drawing them onward. The two titans, Frame 1 and Frame 2, turn their colossal forms towards the distant horizon. They too feel the call, the magnetic pull of the incomplete system, demanding its full roster. The sky above the harbor zone darkens, swirling with unnatural clouds, mirroring the chaotic awakening. The crew stands, small and vulnerable, between two colossal titans, their fate sealed by bone ink. The terrifying realization dawns. The system is not waiting. It is actively guiding their every move. The world itself seems to hold its breath, anticipating the full reassembly of the ancient cosmic engine. The quarry beckons, a silent, stony grave where Frame 3 sleeps, awaiting its inevitable, catastrophic awakening.